Reckless Ben Part 3. The Lego Saga is back, baby. It's back and better than ever. Reckless Ben, they tried to throw me in jail before this documentary came out. I wonder if though I'm gonna get in trouble because it's unlisted. And I'm about to play it. What do you guys think? Nobody watches this channel anyway.
I'm about to go to court, and I don't even know what I did wrong.
Just you guys do.
Yeah.
And you're bad.
Minifigs is making up tons of lies about me to the police to try to get me thrown in jail so I can't release my documentary about them. But the crazy part is I'm not even allowed to know what they're saying I did. Legally, I'm not allowed to film inside court, so I formally requested the audio, but since there was no visual, I hired an animator to animate over it.
Right now, I kind of don't even know what I'm being charged for because all of the body cam footage.
Wow,
is
good animation.
And they say it's to protect the victims. However, I think there are some redactions that maybe don't make sense and that weren't to protect the victims. And there's some things being said about me that are redacted that I don't know about.
I do have some
Okay, Blue Jay, that's fair.
In this case, with the defendant representing himself, the allegation.
All I could say is, like, if I don't have bricks and minifigs listed anywhere on this channel. So it's not like I can imagine Ben's going to be like, oh, no way, this guy's watching our video before us. We got to do something. We got to stop this guy. All right? Nobody watches my channel except for the amazing people that are here right now. So, and how many times are we going to get a chance to watch a video together before it's even out, right? Nobody's going to care, right? I don't reuse these videos. Let's do it. I should, though. I really, really should, because this would be great EG Lately Live content. And that channel needs some love. Needs some love like I don't even know. It is my third biggest channel now, EG Lately Live. AODT passed it. I'm falling off big time, guys. I'm falling off hardcore.
Here relate to the fact that the defendant, he's a person he's a YouTuber, creates videos, publishes them online, and has been. If this defendant were to represent himself and we were to provide body cams and discovery, we would be now providing additional information and fodder for this defendant to create videos from which he could profit by placing them on YouTube at the expense of our victim. I have serious concerns for that.
Yeah, the state of Utah is claiming that if they tell me what I'm being accused of, then I'll use it for content on my YouTube channel. And they can't have that. They're arguing to the judge that the best thing to do is to not let me know what's being said about me, which is very strange.
And that's a complete violation of his laws. I mean, of his rights. We can't tell him. He might try to profit off of it.
But that's their argument. And just in case you haven't been following along with this whole Lego story, this is all happening because I stepped in to help a family who got their Lego collection stolen from a company called Bricks and Minifigs. And for the last couple months, this company's been doing whatever they can to get me arrested so they can keep all the Legos for themselves. And this isn't even just me speculating. One of their own employees literally told us what their plan was.
I got a call from my boss and it was like, how do we get them arrested? How do we get them arrested?
I like her acting skills. She's like really into it. She's like, oh, how do we get him arrested? How do we get him?
But eventually, Bricks and Minifigs found out that I'm not just some random kid. I'm actually a...
It's actually good that I'm doing this because sometimes they put blurs and censors all over this crap, and you know, we don't want that.
YouTuber making a documentary on the entire scandal.
So the YouTube guy is named Reckless Ben. I don't want to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on YouTube.
Really started getting crazy. Bricks and Minifigs went into ultimate defense mode and was going to do what...
Well, Ben probably made a lot of money off of this video. He could hire an animator.
Whatever it takes to prevent this documentary from coming out. First, the police got a call saying I had heroin on me.
This officer is going to conduct the search of your person because there are substances in the vehicle.
And obviously, they found nothing. But then they got a call saying that I was the one that stole the Legos. And I got swatted by the entire police department.
Included in the warrant are Legos.
And we all got arrested. But right when I got out of jail, I got a warrant for my arrest for some mystery crime that I committed.
It seems like this guy might live in LA or his last known address is in LA.
Yeah.
What a waste of taxpayer money, man. Oh my God. Just a complete and utter waste of taxpayer money right here.
The police showed up to my house all the way in Los Angeles to arrest me without bail.
He was like, just tell him he has a warrant for his arrest.
But the police couldn't arrest me.
Any idea where he actually is?
No idea.
Okay.
I was somewhere very far away.
He was in Mexico.
But anyways, back to court. The judge is...
Which honestly isn't even that far from LA, let's be honest. Let's be real about that for a second. I need to move my camera up a little bit. My face is out of focus. Also, happy 4th of July, everybody.
Looking at signing a protective order to protect
years.
Josh and all of his statements about me. If this protective order gets signed, then I'll never be able to find out what he's claiming I did.
I got bad news. I don't think we have any more budget for animation, dude.
Oh, shoot. Oh, so how do we animate this next court scene? I guess if we have to not pay the lawyers, then I guess the animation's more important, right?
What I want to know is, if this is unlisted, how did people get the link for it? Because obviously, look, 18,000 people have already seen this video and it's unlisted, which means it wasn't meant to be seen yet. But clearly, it's being shared around. I mean, look, Blue Jay gave it to me, so Blue Jay got it from someone.
Yeah, we decided maybe the lawyers are actually more important. So, yeah, we ran out of animation budget. Sorry, guys.
The court's inclined to sign this pretrial protective order unless you have an objection to it, Mr. Schneider, and objection to such an order.
Look, he's doing his own animation.
Yes, I think there's a bunch of misunderstandings in this case. And so this person doesn't want to get exposed, so he's making up a lot of lies about me.
I mean, this is genius.
To order to like get me arrested before he gets exposed. So that's what this whole thing's about.
However, before I was allowed to show any of the overwhelming evidence I have to support my claims, the judge didn't care about the evidence and signed the protective order anyways.
Mr. Schneider, the court's going to sign this order and serve it upon you.
Oh, you got it from K-Hux community? Shout out K-Hux community.
So the court has made it clear they do not want to look at the evidence and they want to protect Josh and Brandon for some reason. And now I have to somehow fight a court case against all of these mystery crimes against me that I have no clue what they're even saying I did. So this whole mess is happening in American Fork, Utah. But I'm also being charged with another case in Provo, Utah. This is where corporate Bricks and Minifigs is, which is why I'm also being charged here. And this police department has surprisingly actually followed the law when it comes to discovery, and they sent me all the raw body cam footage of what I'm being charged for. Let's start at the beginning, the moment I first met the CEO. The reason I'm talking to him right now is because before exposing this company for the grand theft they committed, I thought it was in good faith to give them an opportunity to do the right thing first before I make a documentary about this.
You had like $200,000 worth of Legos in your store.
Yeah, I think you're right. Utah seems really sus. Shout out to Reese. He's one that DM'd it to me. All right, Reese.
Never happened.
Lies.
But the CEO did not want to take the opportunity to
hopefully he includes the CoffeeZilla stuff.
Do the right thing and instead instantly called the cops on us.
Hi there, I'm calling to report a crime.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down.
Wow, what a fucking lying little weasel. I'm going to burn the place down. When did Ben ever say that? When did Ben ever say that? That is why this guy is probably the big. You know what's so funny? I point this out every time I see this, but he wears a Muse shirt. Muse is a band I really like, but they stand for like counterculture and like revolution against like the corporate elites. This guy is the corporate elite, and he's rocking a Muse shirt like he's some kind of freedom fighter. When really he's just like a total, schlub.
We're going to burn the place down, or I'll kill you. It's Ben Snyder who's been the one engaged.
I'm going to kill you.
You can see in the police report that the crime he wanted to get us charged for is called extortion, which basically means we're threatening him into paying us, which is very illegal. However, obviously he's just making all of this up. The reality is, I just thought it was a nice gesture to give him the opportunity to do the right thing first.
If you guys do have our Lego,
which is funny too, because if he hadn't done this, they would have instantly be like, "Well, he never tried talking to us." But he does. But if you do try talking to him, this is what they do. This is the kind of shit they pull on you.
Because we just kind of want him back, and
But if there's one thing I've learned from this entire experience, it's that whoever ends up doing the morally right thing just ends up getting screwed over. So now it's time to play the way Bricks and Minifigs is playing,
you know better
and
than
use
anyone.
their own strategy against them. Right now, their strategy is to get me arrested before I get them arrested. So now, I'm gonna Uno reverse this and get Amond, the CEO, arrested before he gets me arrested.
Let's go!
But if I'm gonna be the reason that someone's going to jail, I should probably make sure that they definitely deserve this. So, I'm gonna give them one more chance to try to do the right thing.
I love the mustache.
But instead of doing the right thing and attempting to work this out, Amond just hid in his little office. And he called the police on me.
I can already tell you right now, no one's coming out to talk to you guys. Like
Really? But they told us that they were.
I know.
Normally I wouldn't want to get someone arrested, but we gave him every opportunity.
How can you get someone trespassed when you literally said, hang on, I'll be right back. I'll get the guy for you. Like, I don't know. It just seems like lying or misleading someone, right?
To talk to us, so at this point he's just arresting himself. However, the only difference between my strategy and Bricks and Minifigs' strategy is I don't have to lie to the police. Amond Mcneff actually committed a crime. I have tons of crimes on camera that Amond Mcneff has committed. Let's start at the beginning with crime number 1.
So what's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No. So who's
Brian Mansell.
Okay, and who is that?
He's a guy
like,
who
you
had
don't know.
He had like $200,000 worth of Legos in your guys' store.
Nope.
Amond was first trying to claim that he's never even heard of Brian Mansell, and this guy definitely never had any Legos.
God, that mustache makes him look like such a fucking evil villain.
In a Bricks and Minifigs store, but once we showed him all of the social media posts his own company made, it was very obvious that we just caught him in a lie. So the CEO decided to change his story, and now the story is the Legos used to be in the store, but the previous owner, Crystal, she stole the Legos right before they took over the store.
Oh, okay.
Crystal sold the Lego.
The only problem is their security camera.
I don't remember that from the first part. I don't remember him saying that part in the first part.
Footage of the previous owner getting kicked out.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours. He's taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment liability.
Corporate just said that they're going to be the ones to take over the consignment deal with all the Legos that are still in the store. And as extra proof that these Lego sets were still in the store, the owner went into the back and started taking pictures of everything that you can verify in the metadata with the timestamps that match the exact moment she's getting kicked out. And then you can see her leave the store with nothing in her hands, proving that the sets were still in the store and the CEO is lying to us right now. But
yeah, talk about the U-Haul, Ben. Talk about the U-Haul.
That's only one side of the story. I also thought it was fair to hear his side.
You sent a bunch of pictures of the Legos still in the back, and you can see in the security camera footage, corporate comes and throws her out.
Great. I understand what you're talking about, but you have a misunderstanding of what has occurred, and you're taking one person's word over another person's word. You go after the party that's responsible, and you don't want to because that's not easy.
No, it's easier to go after a corporation. Oh my God, dude.
You have accepted a narrative that is not real, and you are continuing to pursue that narrative because it's easy and it gives you views and it gives you all sorts of clout and does all sorts of things that way.
So basically what the CEO's trying to explain to me is we shouldn't be looking at the evidence. Instead, I should just be taking his word for it because he said so.
He looks like Captain Hook.
Was a former franchisee of Bricks and Minifigs.
Yeah.
She took Mr. Mansell's Lego, sold it, didn't pay him, she has his money.
But
she sold his Lego, she has his money.
To make it easier for you guys to understand the CEO's argument.
This is all new. This is all new stuff. We didn't see this in part 1.
We're going to demonstrate his argument with a little skit. Oh, that wasn't a backflip. No.
Are you sure?
You have a misunderstanding of what happened. Yes. This is the exact argument the CEO is trying to make. Something we just saw on video. The CEO is saying never happened, which would mean the CEO's lying. And most people would agree that lying is morally wrong.
Yeah,
However,
trust me, bro.
If you lie about a crime the way Amond's lying to me right now, then that's not just morally wrong anymore. That crosses into new territory called illegal. The specific crime is called obstruction. If someone commits this crime, they can get arrested.
As much as I love Ben and I love where he's going with this, I do not imagine that we're going to see Amond in prison ever. Just saying.
We're at the police station and we're going to charge him with a criminal crime, obstructing of evidence of A $200,000 theft. And good news for us, we found out last week that all of the police in Utah take obstruction very seriously here.
God, stop
the police
yawning.
arrested my friend Sheldon
EJ.
for obstruction just for locking his phone.
Right now you're attempting to destroy evidence. Okay, put your hands behind your back. I was just locking my phone.
You're under arrest for obstruction of evidence right now.
The crazy part is, the police didn't even have a warrant, so Sheldon locking his phone was 100% legal. But the police arrested him anyways because that's literally how serious the police take obstruction crimes here. They do not mess around when it comes to
That guy Adamson was definitely someone who was a big douchebag during this whole thing.
obstruction. So now, just imagine how angry the police are gonna be when I go into the police station and tell them that someone is actually, for real this time, committing an obstruction crime. And this obstruction crime is on a much bigger scale. Later, the police called me saying that they were going to do a police investigation on this.
Hey, Benjamin, this is Officer Halpern from Provo Police.
I told the detective the entire situation.
He was saying that this family's Lego sets were never even in the store, like all of this stuff, and it's all documented. I have video of all of him saying this. I think he's like falsifying evidence, and I think that's obstruction.
And now that we stole Bricks and Minifigs' strategy, I think the plan is finally gonna work.
Looks like the CEO
and it seems like they do have church ties.
I mean, I submitted the videos of Amond saying we're gonna burn down the building and shoot him.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down. Or we're going to burn the place down. Or I'll kill you.
And then I submitted all the raw footage.
I mean, how is that not perjury, right? That's got to be perjury.
Of the entire conversation I had with him, proving to the police that we never even said anything close to this. This raw footage verifies that everything I told the police is true, and everything Amond told the police is a lie. On top of that, I even got access to the complete case Amond made against me, and he doesn't have a single piece of evidence to support any of his claims. Which I guess makes sense. Like, how can you support evidence if you're just making everything up? Like, of course you can't submit anything. So if the police...
Who is, Ruby and Jody? I'm not familiar with their story.
Have to decide what case to pursue. They're obviously going to pursue this case because it has like a ton of evidence, and then they're going to throw out Amond's case. It has no evidence at all.
Nope, they did not.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Hello, my name is Ben Schneider. A couple months ago, I made a case, and you were the officer that was helping me create it. I submitted a bunch of evidence through a link you sent me, and this was a couple months ago, and I haven't heard anything back.
Mob.
And so I'm just calling to see if I can get some type of update on how the case...
Okay, Ruby Frankie. Okay. Look how hard and long it was for Ruby and Jody and what it actually took for them. Yeah, and they were beating kids too, man, and they were connected to the church, right? They were like fucking zealots, though. They were like crazy crazy religious people. But yeah, it did take a lot for them to get arrested.
Case is going. It's about the CEO,
and now they're in prison forever.
Amond Mcneff of Bricks and Minifigs in an obstruction case. And so if you could give me a call back at your earliest convenience, that'd be awesome.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed.
Yeah, literally no matter what I tried, I could not get a hold of this police officer. So I'm traveling all the way back to Utah to go back to the Provo police station in person to see how the police investigation against Amond is going. And I just so happened to get a hold of the police schedule and arrived at the exact time this officer was supposed to arrive. But before I could speak to this officer, one of the other police officers called into the front desk and asked to talk to me.
Really? They said he was going to be here today at 3 o'clock.
There's always the chance that they might have called out sick or something.
Is there any way that you can like check if he's here, or?
He's definitely scared.
Yeah, but did we ever get proof that Kevin was involved in all that?
To be here, like I said, they might have called out.
Genuinely asking.
Are you able to look and see how the case is going? All I really want is kind of just an update on the case.
That's not something that I can tell you.
Why not?
Okay, you can't even just tell me like how it's going, like if he's still looking into it, or?
No, I can't. That's not something I can do.
Seems silly. So silly.
Okay, well, thank you.
So basically, I came all the way out here to find 0 answers. But eventually, I did find an answer. They sent it to me in the mail, and looks like I was right. The police only had time to take on one of our cases, and it was Amond's, not mine. Yes, the case that had an overwhelming amount of evidence. They thought that case was garbage, and they took on the case that has zero evidence at all.
That's because I love that he's making them kiss, but that's because Amond's got money. Although Ben got money now too, so you know it's shaping up to be a pretty heavyweight battle. Oh yeah, cops don't have to. I mean, they're supposed to tell the truth, but they don't have to. Like their law is whatever they decide it is. I mean, that's why there's so many corrupt cops out there, because they have the ability to just make the rules as they go.
In the police body cam footage, after the police watched my full conversation, proving that I didn't threaten to burn the place down or literally anything, they even admitted to Amond that there was no credibility with his entire case against me.
We agreed that there really was no extortion code that would fit your situation. However, you know, at the end of the day, we do want to help you guys so you're not having to deal with this fool and
That makes sense, sweet.
all of his issues. We did find that there was an...
As a father, I don't know how he could have let his kids... this is sidetracking and squirreling, but yeah, I don't know how that guy could let his kids be beat by Ruby. I'm sure they told him at some point.
Another code that fit, and it's called aggravated commercial obstruction.
The police just told Amond that even though there's absolutely nothing to his claim against me, if they work together, maybe they can fabricate some type of charge against me.
However, the tricky thing is that we have to prove that this individual either entered or remains unlawfully on the premise. When he came to the property, did you have to ask him more than once to leave?
Yes.
Lies. Lies, lies, lies.
Okay.
You know, we're not leaving until we get it. And he's like, no. Like,
So Amond's telling the police that even though they continuously told us to leave, we didn't leave. But if we go back and look at the footage of what happened, this is the reality.
So when they say go to corporate, how do we respond next time?
I have no idea. You have to take it up with them. It's your thing with them. That doesn't involve us. Okay. As a separate business entity, you got to take it up with them. You got to resolve it with them.
Okay, well, thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, okay, guys. Good luck.
You're good. Sweet, thank you.
Hey.
Look how frustrated he was. He goes, ah! Like he was such a... Like Ben was being respectful that whole time. What the hell is this guy in the bandana acting like such a tool for? Look, so I want to show you this again. Watch the guy in the bandana directly in front. Look how annoyed he gets talking to Ben, but look how respectful Ben is the whole time they're talking. They're a great Darvo. Very good at turning the story around. Yep.
You gotta resolve it with them.
Watch the reaction.
Okay, well, thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, okay, guys. Good luck.
You're good. Sweet, thank you.
Hey.
Says good luck.
And they're on their way out. If you want me to grab them or not.
I don't know. It kind of looks like the reality of what happened is we left too early for them. They wanted to pull us back in to keep talking to us. But we did show back up a second time. And to Amond's credit, about halfway through the conversation, he did say that if we don't leave, he's going to call the cops on us.
You can leave. If you come back here, we will call the cops. If you don't leave right now, I will call the cops.
So you don't want to do the easy way?
And this is right after I told him you could do it either the easy way and just give us the Legos back, or we can do it the hard way, implying that we would take him to court.
So you're threatening me.
So this is where he made up the whole they're gonna burn the place down because he's interpreting as a threat because he's a pussy.
Threatening. We're
This guy is such a sniveling little weasel, Captain looking ass.
Right, like we have a right
Captain
to the Legos,
Hook
so we're
looking
gonna give
ass.
them the easy
What
way or
right
the hard
you
way.
have? What proof of ownership have you provided to me that you own this Lego?
I mean, I can give you proof if you want.
Great, provide proof.
But right after he said...
That's what I said, sweet. He's wearing a Muse shirt. What a disgrace. Muse would hate this guy. This guy stands for everything that Muse writes their music about. So that they can stand against. Is someone like this. Then this guy probably really believes he's some kind of revolutionary. When really he's Captain Hook. He's the corporate asshat.
As this, he's now asking us to provide him proof that we actually are entitled to these Legos, so we can't leave now because he just told us to stay and provide proof. And then at the very end of the conversation, he says this one more time.
Okay, you've been asked to leave. Please leave.
We have to leave? Okay. Well, thank you for working with us, and So see you later.
Totally respectful. They didn't stay longer than they should have. There's no case here. There's absolutely, if anything, Ben's got a counter claim here.
Well, we have now all just seen the video footage of what actually happened. But now let's hear how Amond describes it to the police.
Guys, at this point, I've asked you to leave. Please leave. Well, we you know, like, you have to listen to us. You have to pay us this money. No, guys, you need to leave.
What the
You're not leaving. Like, but I asked multiple times. They did not leave.
Looks like that might be a second-degree felony. He's facing felony charges. It is a felony?
Yes, because I went to the corporate headquarters and tried to give Amond the easy way out of all of this, they're now trying to get me on a second-degree felony, which I don't really know how any of this would make me get a second-degree felony. Like, what the heck, police officers? But they're doing it, and the punishment for this crime is 15 years in jail.
I don't know, you know, like however else, you know, like some of that stuff comes through, but you know, like the reality is like we've tried to talk with him and said we're willing to work with you.
Yeah, I think one of the main
What a fucking liar. What's up, Kangler? Welcome back. What a lie. What an absolute liar. I guess not. I guess he didn't realize that Ben was recording. But I don't understand how this guy, well, I guess that would technically be their property, Maya. But like, I don't understand how this guy could just flat out lie like this and not realize what it's doing to his reputation. This is absolutely like career, like unaliving. Like, there is no way his company comes back from this. No way in hell. This guy's going to end up like flipping burgers. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you know what I mean? Compared to being a CEO of a, you know, $500 million company.
Reasons the police keep taking Amond's side instead of ours, besides the whole Mormon thing, is that Amond keeps framing the situation as he's just the helpful CEO who's trying to do the right thing and return Brian's property, and we're the ones that are preventing him from giving it back to Brian. So
they showed a physical attack of me on their YouTube. I'm gonna need to sue them for that. Yeah, career dive bombing. Thank you, because I didn't want to use the S word. You know, YouTube does not like the S word.
Say we rewatch the footage and see what actually happened.
We said we would be more than happy to help Mr. Mansell.
Yeah, because Brian said
he was unwilling to work with us.
Well, Brian said he asked for the store inventory, and that because he said like he wanted to work with you, and then you guys didn't provide the store inventory.
We asked him to provide us with any documentation, and he provided us with a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet is not.
I wish that someone got Matt Bellamy from Used to publicly like denounce this guy. Someone needs to reach out to Matt Bellamy and be like, "Look what this guy's doing to this kid, and he's wearing your shirt for your band."
Not something that anybody, you can just walk over to a McDonald's right now and say, all of your ice cream machines belong to me. Why? Because so-and-so said so. And I have a spreadsheet that says that all these ice cream machines belong to me. That's not proof of ownership. That's not proof of anything.
So first off, this spreadsheet Amond's referring to wasn't just some mystery spreadsheet. It was the actual inventory the store made. But I guess Amond's trying to claim that the previous owner stole the Legos and then lied on the inventory, and so now it basically makes this inventory invalid. He said that when corporate was taking over the store, that they actually did their own inventory, and this is the correct inventory.
When we took over, we did an inventory.
And good news for me, he's willing to give me this inventory. He's actually always been willing to give it to me or Brian. All we've ever had to do was ask.
We will work with you to obtain any Lego that does exist.
Well, we did that, and you guys.
When?
I think like 5 or 6 times, and we've gotten 0 response back.
Yeah, literally the first thing I did right when I heard about this entire situation was I googled Bricks and Minifigs, clicked on their website, clicked contact us, and sent them a message. I actually got a message back from corporate saying that they would love to help, but after a few months, I kept trying to reply to this message, and they just completely ghosted me.
Yeah, probably because they went to him, Amond, and were like, no, just don't answer that guy. Don't answer. Whatever you do, don't answer that guy. We don't know where those Legos are. We stole them. Allegedly. The whole thing is dodgy with the church involvement. It operates similarly to protection racket. Tough fight for anyone. Yeah, well, I mean, I will say I've been a fan of Ben for a long time, and he's never lost a fight yet. Not once has he lost to anybody. He's taking down McCamey Manor, which you know about, sweet God. He's taken down. He didn't take down Church of Scientology, but he certainly embarrassed them. But the cult that he went after, he did a pretty good number on them.
I think we've done like 6 over the last like 4 or 5 months.
Pull it up. Find out. Tell me when.
Let's see.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
I say like, hey, I don't think this ever got resolved. I'm just reaching back out right now, and then never.
Hit forward right now. Resend it.
What's the email?
That is I don't know what email address that is. That's.
It's off their goddamn website. Oh my God, this guy sucks.
This was on your guys' website.
That says fbc.team. I said franchise at bricksandminifigs.com.
Well, this is just on the website, so.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely a big fight for him. But you know what? I think he's gonna come out on top. Look. He started when he started this video. I think he was at like 600,000 subscribers, and he's like doubled. He's over more than doubled that now. He's at 1.5 million now.
Did I tell you look up something on the website and send it there?
Well,
did I say that just barely?
Well, that's what.
Yes or no? Did I say that?
No.
I just said send me an email to franchise@bricksandminifigs.com and we will work with that.
But you're getting mad at me because I emailed the email on the website.
You keep saying that you like. So I understand that, but I'm telling you right now, and you're trying to argue on something that I didn't give you any information about. I'm telling you, send it to that one.
Yeah, but you're like getting upset at us that we emailed the email that was on your website.
No, I'm telling you the way to do this, and you've been probably trying to communicate with a ghost.
Well, that's your guys' fault for putting that email on the website.
Sure. Okay. Understood.
Ben, so why are you getting mad at us because we emailed the website for your instructions?
You harass us for all sorts of things. I'm not getting mad at you.
Well, we're not harassing. We're just asking for our Legos back. If someone stole money from you and you went and politely asked for the money back, is that you harassing them?
It seems like Amond kept either trying to stall.
Dude, this is like such a tactic too that people do. Like if someone owes you money and you ask for it back and they go, "Stop fucking harassing me." It's like the oldest trick in the book for people who are sniveling little lying pieces of crap.
Or switch the subject.
Yeah, shut up, Dodge. We call him Captain Hook looking ass. Sweet. Captain Hook looking ass.
Almost seems like he doesn't want to actually give us this inventory, but he keeps saying he's willing to give it to us.
You guys can send that inventory list to us?
I do believe so, yes. I think we have sent that to Brian.
He says he said that's all he wants is the inventory list, and he'll stop like bugging you guys.
Well, then, Mr. Mansell and you, and if you want to be included on the emails with Mr. Mansell, that's totally fine. You guys can email us, and we can go.
But you guys will give him the inventory list, because he said he's been asking for it for over a year now.
We can show the inventory list that was obtained when the store was originally taken over from Crystal Law, and we can work through that process and try and identify what was or wasn't there, and also try and identify how to proceed from there.
Yeah, I think Brian gets upset because he says they always say that they'll send me the list, kind of like how you're saying, oh, we can send it easily, but then when it comes down to it, you'll never actually send it. So maybe if you actually go ahead and send it, it would make him feel better.
Well, I understand what you're trying to get at. We're more than willing to work with you and help you. That's what I'm saying. Send an email to that email address that I just gave to you, and that will produce results.
Anyways, I sent an email to the email.
Something tells me this is not going to produce any results. What's up, Mad Daddy?
He told me about, not the one on their website. That's a bad email. Don't ever email that one or the CEO is going to be pissed. But according to Amond, now that I've sent this email, I should be receiving the inventory list very soon. So I waited all day and I got no answer. So the next day I sent them another email. I patiently waited again for about a week.
Still
and
nothing.
Finally,
This is the response.
Mr. Schneider, BAM Franchising Inc. will not participate in any form of communication that appears designed for public provocation, harassment, or manipulation of facts for the purpose of media content. Attempts to obtain privilege or confidential information through misrepresentation or the creation of fraudulent documents may constitute criminal misconduct. What? And we reserve all rights to refer such behavior to appropriate legal authorities. Should you believe you are entitled to any specific information under applicable law, we suggest that you pursue such requests through formal and lawful legal procedures. This will serve as our final response to your inquiry. Unless we are contacted, by duly retained legal counsel representing a party of standing. My God, these people. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, I will say, in defense of Bricks and Minifigs, Ben probably should have incorporated that whole conversation in his first video instead of waiting for part 3 to use it. Because it does paint Amond Mcneff much worse that he left all that out in the first video. That doesn't mean that Amond Mcneff's a good guy. In fact, I still think he's a total piece of crap. But I do think that Ben probably should have been a little more transparent with the delivery methods that he chose to do in his first part.
Mr. Schneider, BAM Franchising Incorporation will not participate in any form of communication that appears designed for public provocation, harassment, or manipulation of facts for the purpose of media content. Attempts to obtain privileged or confidential information through...
By the way, Bricks and Minifigs also messaged the guy. Remember the last time we watched this and I showed you that guy that took those expensive figures to the Bricks and Minifigs? They reached out to him too and said that he works with Reckless Ben in any form whatsoever, that they would, include him in any lawsuits towards Ben and him. It's nuts, dude. These people are like a mafia. The Lego mafia. Bricks and Minifigs.
Misrepresentation or the creation of fraudulent documents.
Just for me asking for this inventory list to prove their innocence, because I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I want to be like, hey, if you're innocent, I want to prove that you're innocent with this inventory list. But now, by me trying to do that, that's criminal behavior on my part.
And considered harassment. And we reserve all rights to refer such behavior to appropriate legal authorities,
It's now,
aka the cops.
So don't ask for our inventory list, or else we're going to call the cops.
Yes, Bricks and Minifigs has officially banned me from
We're gonna
ever
call the
asking for
cops
this
on
inventory
you.
list again. And I'm not the only one who's banned from asking for this list.
He promised us a full inventory right away. We've
Yeah.
never received it.
They are the Lego
and every
mafia,
time
though.
it's been just absolutely nothing. So we've never gotten anything. We've never gotten an inventory list.
Yeah, the previous owner who got her entire store stolen from her by corporate, I mean, she's legally required to get sent an inventory list, and even she, 2 years later, has not gotten it yet.
It would have resolved everything because they would have had to identify everything in the store, and it would.
This guy right here has been milking the shit out of this drama to create his own YouTube channel. And I mean, I guess do your thing, but honestly, I think after this dies down, I don't imagine his YouTube channel is gonna keep doing well, because he doesn't have any real personality. Like, I don't know. Like, they claim that they are on the side of, like, helping this guy out, but then, like, every chance they get, they're using it to, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just the society we live in. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth that this guy's trying to profit off of this stuff that's going on with Ben. But, I guess get what you can, right? Get what you can.
Would have identified all of Brian's stuff, and they never provided it, so we couldn't then demand the third-party evaluation.
And it's now, what, a year and a half later?
Because, who knows what.
Still no inventory.
Dang.
So.
Dang.
Would have solved a lot of problems a year and a half ago to go, here's the inventory.
And even Brian still hasn't received this inventory list yet.
I've never received an inventory list. I've never received a record of sales. Because
They gave one to CoffeeZilla, though.
Up almost right away and started selling it.
And the worst part about all of this is it seems like the CEO is pretty much just trying to rub all of this in everyone's face. When I turned on the news, I saw this.
Oh boy.
Now, as far as offering Brian the inventory, have you gone through the store, figured out what was part of his collection, taken inventory and shown him that inventory to offer that?
We've tried to share those with Mr. Mansell in hopes that he can see, that we were not attempting in any way, shape, or form to withhold anything. Those then were offered to him, and the initial offer was...
He looks like he's sitting on like a butt plug, doesn't he? Look at his shoulders, like... We tried. I mean, we tried. We tried to give him everything. We did the best we could. And I don't know what Mr. Mansell's doing. I just don't... we tried to give him everything that we could possibly want to do, and he just don't want to do it. Honestly, he just took his ball and he went home. after I scored 17 points on him in one-on-one basketball.
Was rejected.
Yeah, I am glad he took the shirt off. This fits him way more than pretending to be some cool guy. I'm just one cool, wild, and crazy guy with my moose shirt on. No, you're not. This is you, Mr. Amond. You are not a hipster. Take that mustache off now, you fraud. You Captain Hook looking ass.
So now on public television, Amond, the CEO, is telling the world,
I know, Blue Jay, just trust me,
that he tried to give us this inventory, but we're the ones that didn't want it.
We do want to help him recover as much of the collection. Our number one priority right now is to ensure that he gets made whole. We know that we have a responsibility to work with him to make sure he does get made whole.
So you've offered Brian the inventory of sets that was in the store.
Yeah, whatever was left over, we've offered that on.
No, they did not. I bet you Ben's about to say when, where, and why.
Multiple occasions. So we've tried to make multiple offers, and hopefully we'll be able to get them to the table so we can discuss it.
And this is pretty much Amond's game plan now. Go on as many news stations as you can and lie.
The entire time we were saying, hey, we want to help, we want to help.
The main narrative now seems to be Bricks and Minifigs has always been trying to give Brian his Legos back, but Brian just never wanted them back.
Would you be willing to just take this? And the answer was no. It was attempted to be given to the family, and it was refused. They made the offer and said, hey, you can have all this. And that offer was not accepted at the time.
Well, that's Amond's side of the story, but I say let's take a look at what actually happened.
Read from the bottom up. That is our correspondence with Bricks and Minifigs, trying to work with them in getting the sets back.
So right when this happened, Brian hired an attorney to reach out to Bricks and Minifigs. They sent an email saying, how should we proceed to retake the possession of the sets / minifigures? And they actually emailed back saying they were willing to help. And then after this, they just never respond.
Of course not.
So Brian's attorney sent them another email, just following up on this, when can we pick up the sets? And they still didn't respond. So the attorneys emailed back saying, it's now been 16 days. How can we get these Legos back? And finally, they
seems like they just do this to everybody.
It says Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson have no legal obligation to return any of the Lego product that exists in their store to you.
Dude, this is crazy. This happens every single time. It's like they have one playbook. Ignore, 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 and then say, we don't have to. Nanny, nanny, boo-boo. Stick your head in doo-doo. We don't got to do it. EG has a glass one with a jewel. You must have the same one, Sarah. We should share. No, wait, that would be gross. Never mind. No, that's gross. That's yucky. Yucky. Really. And I'm just going to keep playing.
What? So, yeah, basically they're saying that they're the ones that are not able to work with you, is what it seems like.
Exactly.
They finished this email saying, we consider this matter closed and will not be returning any Lego products to you. So as you can see, that's the reality of what actually happened.
We consider this matter closed. I said good day, sir. I said good day.
But then Amond goes on Fox News and says this.
So they actually did have an attorney send information to us. We said, great, appreciate this. Let's see what we can do to work this out.
Yeah.
Oh, what a fucking liar.
So why is Amond going on like Fox News then and saying, we wanted to give Brian his stuff back. He's the one that didn't want his stuff back. He didn't want any of his things.
That's my point. I don't know. He's lying.
Sarah must be feeling sick. I don't know what it is. I don't know what could possibly be making her feel sick. It's probably got to be this guy's mustache.
I truly do believe in integrity. Truly, I believe in the sentiment of integrity. And I believe
you do
everyone
not
should have integrity.
You got zero integrity.
The CEO seems to be pretty upset about.
This is the worst guy ever.
When Brian kept demanding his stuff back and couldn't get it back, eventually he had enough. And he was like, I'm going to make a Facebook post about this. And in his Facebook post, he called Bricks and Minifigs thieves and liars. And this Facebook post, like, really pissed off Amond. I mean, Bricks and Minifigs is literally suing Brian now for millions of dollars, all because of this. I mean, back when I was talking to him at corporate headquarters, he made it very clear that what they did is technically not actually considered theft.
There is no theft. Do you understand the legal definition of theft? Legally have to meet the definition of knowing that the property was stolen or otherwise not belonging to that.
Watch out, here comes the badass in the handkerchief. Do you need me to mess him up, boss? I'll mess him up.
And on my phone.
That was not known until Mr. Mansell came in days later and said, I have some of these things that need to be.
And that's another lie again, because
It's not another lie.
So I showed Amond the security camera footage where corporate
Aha, she admits she has one, guys. We got her! Ladies and gentlemen, we got her.
acknowledges that they are now going to be responsible for these Lego Star Wars sets.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours. He's taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment liability.
And after showing him this footage to try to bring the conversation back to reality, this was his response.
Now extortion.
It's now extortion.
No, because you are attempting to extort us. So that's
there.
What you're doing. What you are doing right now is illegal. It's an
This guy got bullied in school. 100% this guy got bullied in school.
extortion.
So catching you guys in illegal activity, that's illegal on me.
At least I hope he did. I hope he got bullied in school. Touche. Well played, Sarah. Well played.
We have done nothing.
See, I agree too. I agree. Nope, it's not illegal on us. Thank you for.
We have done nothing illegal, and you are doing something illegal right now.
I don't think that's illegal. I think us catching you guys for doing the illegal thing doesn't make that what we're doing is illegal. That means what you guys are doing is illegal.
If someone were to join the stream right now and looked at the chat, all they would see is throw up. I'm not sharing butt plugs. I never said I didn't have. God. EG Lately live, right, folks? You never know what you're going to walk in on. I'm calling the cops because you are a big meanie, and I don't like this.
Okay, you've been asked to leave. Please leave.
We have to leave?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for working with us. And
what a douchebag.
After just going around in circles
Douche
for
canoe.
probably 30 to 40 minutes and just, you know, having like kind of less than genuine questions or less than genuine responses being given to me, you know, I was exasperated by the end of it. And that's, you know, like when people get tired and exasperated, that's when like, we finally got the footage that we can use to make him look like a completely unreasonable monster, you know, like so. Yeah. But
no, you did that yourself. You absolutely did that yourself, Amond.
But that's what they do is, you know, people whose goal is to do those types of things, they just harass and go after people as long and hard as they can until somebody breaks and says something that, you know, then they can, you know, use that one clip to be like, oh, look at this horrible monster of a person. So that's what I feel like is kind of really.
My boyfriend said there's 5 holes for him to eat. Oh my God. Well, I hope he hits them all.
Happened here.
So Amond's claiming that I just harassed him for 30 minutes and finally he got fed up with us, which that was the one clip at the end that I used in my documentary. So I say let's go to the very beginning of the footage, my first interaction with them, and see what actually happened.
So what's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No.
Yeah, literally from the very first sentence we ever exchanged with each other, Amond's goal was just to lie to us. But anyways, I'm now starting to think that the only reason Amond wanted us to email him about the inventory list wasn't actually give us the inventory list, but actually it was a trap. Yeah, Amond only wanted me to email him so he can find out my email and subpoena Google and find out all of my private information. You think I'm lying, but they actually did this. They subpoenaed Google asking for all private information tied to this email address. And Google sent them like hundreds of hours of all the raw footage from everything I've filmed to the Lego video so far. All my emails, all my search history, all of the metadata that shows everywhere I've been.
Dude, that is crazy. That is nuts.
But anyways, this was the reaction of the police.
But because the police asked for it, but the police are corrupt. Don't trust your government.
Police officer after she watched my entire first episode.
I'm really curious to see like if this fool even makes any money doing this YouTube stuff. I'm like, if it's enough for him to travel to another state just to go get some footage. It doesn't even sound like his like secret information doesn't even seem credible from my understanding.
No, so it sounds like you were able to watch the video.
I think by secret information.
It sounds like you were able to watch the video and see that I am being railroaded here. Ah, thank you. Are you in the church? So am I. I would help BMF so much if they just do the right thing. Yeah, if they just gave back these Legos, they would be able to stay in business for several years. Now their business is going to go down the toilet. No one's ever going to want to deal with them. Like, it's guaranteed loss for this guy. And I don't know what business in their right mind would want to work with this guy after this.
The police officer is referring to the security camera footage that proves that everything...
I can't say that, Sarah. Right now, I'm technically an employee of them. MLMs use that same tactic on us. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
Bricks and Minifigs is saying is a lie. My first question is, how could this not be credible? It's literally just video evidence of what happened that night. But at least now I can see why the police aren't listening to me. They're basically just saying that all of the evidence I submit to them is not credible, and therefore, case closed. Ben's wrong and we're right, because we said that the evidence is uncredible. At this point, Bricks and Minifigs is working with the police to just come up with whatever story they can to make any evidence I give them seem as uncredible as possible.
In all of his actions to just generate clicks and likes to get, you know, like social media clout without putting in work and just doing the crummy stuff.
Interesting.
He seems like a fun gentleman.
No.
He is. You seem like the worst. You just seem like the guy that nobody ever wants at the party because you get too drunk and then you start telling everybody about how your coffee grounds are made in America. Wait, no, that's Jeremy.
Yeah. Oh, and you know,
His MO really seems to follow somebody who's like a paper tiger, right? Like who, like behind, you know, or like a keyboard warrior. They'll make threats.
And this is the craziest part of the video to me. Amond's claiming that I'm a keyboard warrior. And a keyboard warrior is basically just someone who talks a lot of smack online, but then when it actually comes down to it, they won't do anything in person. Which, I mean, if we look back at the footage, I accomplished almost everything I set out to do. I didn't do.
Yeah, this guy literally went to these people's houses. I can't think of somebody who literally did more than Ben.
Of anything. If someone in this story is a keyboard warrior, I don't think it's me. I think it's Bricks and Minifigs.
Yeah.
I mean, let's double check by looking at the
Bricks
footage.
and Minifigs are keyboard
Amond
warriors.
claims with his words that he can give us the inventory list.
We can show the inventory list.
But when it actually comes down to it, he's terrified to give it to anyone. Bricks and Minifigs this entire time has also just been begging me to sue them.
If you think it's illegal, why don't you sue me? Let's go to court. Sue me for us. Sue me. Let's go to court. Let's go to court then.
So when I finally go out and actually sue them, they close down their store. And now Bricks and Minifigs is going to absolute extreme lengths to hide from this lawsuit.
Are you okay if she just gives you the papers so we can just...
No, I'm not accepting service from her. Absolutely not.
I mean,
you're not allowed to deny service. Like, I don't understand what the fuck is going on in Utah, but that's like a court thing. Like, that is like federal law, I'm pretty sure.
Bricks and Minifigs is showing all of the signs of a keyboard warrior, but for some reason they think that I'm the keyboard warrior. At this point, it almost seems like everything Bricks and Minifigs is doing, for some reason they think that I'm the one that's the one doing it.
I'll keep my fingers crossed for you guys. Hopefully, no more issues. There's so many other things that this guy could like be talking about, right?
No, 100%. But
Nope. Absolutely not. You wish there was other things they were talking about, but the reality of the situation is that you did this to yourselves by being penny pinchers.
sometimes, you know, like it's a sunk cost fallacy. They just think, oh, I put so much time and effort into this. I gotta make sure something happens.
Well, something did happen.
Thanks, guys.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
Yes, Amond just completely proved my point. Obviously, I'm not suffering from the sunk cost fallacy at all. Amond's the one suffering from the sunk cost fallacy. I mean, they literally already admitted to me that they've held onto the Legos for so long, it's not worth it for them to give it back to us anymore.
I'm not going to distribute those things at this point.
The Utah police. Yeah, the Utah police are such horrible cops.
Kept in my hold for this long, so.
Let's see what else Bricks and Minifigs is accusing me of. Well, they're suing me for defamation. But this entire time, Bricks and Minifigs is actually the ones defaming me.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm gonna burn the place down.
Let's go to the next thing Bricks and Minifigs is accusing me of. Extortion, when they're the ones actually extorting me by saying if I don't let them steal the Legos from us, they're gonna make up a reason to throw me in jail.
You stole them, bitch.
I stole the Legos?
Yeah, you're a fucking thief.
Dang. Okay.
You can shut the fuck up. That's your fucking choice.
Bricks and
First, I just want to say Josh is such a bitch too. He wouldn't do shit if you were, he would probably be the first guy to like run away from a fight too.
Minifigs is also getting me for RICO charges.
They're charging Reckless Ben for RICO.
RICO.
I think it is more likely that the police are guilty of RICO, right?
And if you look at the CEO's previous businesses, he actually got sued for RICO. He's the one guilty of RICO, not me. They're also accusing me of sending a sniper to shoot out the windows of the Mcneff house.
You guys want to come to, you can see the window and see where they were shooting from. It could be a sniper blade on the hill.
When the police got there, they realized it was actually a construction worker who accidentally shattered the window.
It seems more likely that it happened from construction work than it happened from some random people across the way.
But even after—
Wow, they pretended somebody was sniping at their dad's house. What a fucking, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. This is insane. Insane. Anything to save the business. And look where they live. Look at that big ass house, dude. These are the 1%ers right here. The 1%ers.
For all this, they still go online and say it was me.
He's trying to get Ben Schneider for like attempted murder. He's basically trying to set Ben Schneider up for attempted murder when meanwhile it was a nail from his own construction worker.
So what's the moral of the story here? It looks like everything bad Bricks and Minifigs is doing, they think that—
Wait, was that chick that used to hang out with Jake from that Mr. Beast shit? RICO is a federally law enacted in 1970 to combat organized crime. It allows prosecutors and victims to target individuals and leaders of ongoing criminal enterprises who directly profit from. Thank you, Mad Daddy, or participate in pattern of racketeering activity. This is crazy, though. This is nonsense. I'm so glad that he's allowed to talk again. That means he must have been able to get something lifted that allowed him to start speaking again.
I'm the one that's doing the bad thing. It makes no sense.
So, just to let you know, we call it double blind. The person who committed the crime may or may not be in the lineup or depicted. So I will give this to you. You'll have as much time as you need to choose someone or to not choose anyone. Whenever you're able to feel that you have ID'd somebody, I just ask that you circle it and then initial next to it.
And then, like that?
Perfect.
Okay.
Good job. Now tell us what a square looks like. And not what you are.
There you go. Okay. Cool.
Really, this was like the final
I'm so proud of myself. I circled a picture.
We've been able to verify who he is now.
Yep.
So the police put on this big performance to make it look like they're going to all this work to verify the facts.
This has everything to do with this guy having money. 100% this guy probably donates to this precinct. I would bet any amount that this guy donates to this precinct.
When in reality, they already know who I am. They already subpoenaed Google. They already watched my entire first Lego video. They already went through all my search history. To me, this just feels like a staged performance so they can show the world, hey, look, we verified everything, when if they would have just put an equal amount of effort into watching the raw footage I submitted to them, they would have found out that Amond's just completely lying to them. But for some reason, they didn't. A few weeks later, when I ended up going to court, this was
my guess is it was probably Ben's photo as well, Blue Jay.
The state's response.
My name is Nick Mielstein. I'm the prosecutor. Is Benjamin Schneider here?
Yes.
If you want to take care of that today, we can do what we call a plea in abeyance.
Were you able to see the footage I submitted to the police of our interaction?
He's gonna say no.
I have not watched it, no.
Of course not. You want him to plea? You want him to take a plea deal when you haven't even looked at the fucking footage? What the hell is going on with this country? The judge should be disbarred. The cops should all be fired. This is insane. Even us who aren't like law experts, there's no way you look at this and think that Ben is guilty of any of this shit.
Okay, because in that footage, you can clearly see that the second he tells us to leave, where you say, okay, we'll leave. And then he calls the police and said that we threatened to burn down the building and shoot everyone inside. And he was just making up all these lies, which you can clearly see in the footage that we submitted. We were being respectful the whole time. We left the second he told us to.
Sorry, let me look.
And so it makes sense why the police would take me to court, because, I mean, he's threatening that we're going to burn down the building and shoot everyone, but We did nothing. Like, he's just saying that because he's trying to. I'm a documentary maker, so I'm making a documentary on the thing. So his logic is if he throws me in jail, then if he makes up a reason for me to go to jail, then I won't be able to expose them for their crimes. So that's the what's going on. It's clear as day in the footage if you watch it. It seems like they're just making up a bunch of false information in order to silence criticism.
So did you submit that to the police officer?
Yes.
Is the footage going such that it's still going like when you step out the door?
Okay, the judge is slowly winning me back. Hopefully the judge does the right thing. At least he is not flat out like just dismissing Ben, because a lot of judges do that. No, I didn't watch it and I'm not gonna watch it.
Starts from when we're in the elevator before we talk to him to when we were back in the elevator going back down.
Obviously, a video doesn't necessarily show everything.
Oh my God.
So according to the state of Utah,
No.
the raw video that shows everything that possibly could have happened is not credible and could not have shown everything that possibly could have happened. And they didn't even watch it.
Wow. Okay. Yep. Nope. Fuck that judge.
They're literally just taking Amond's word for everything and completely ignoring all the evidence.
Ben should sue every single person involved in this. Didn't it say prosecutor earlier? Was that a prosecutor he was talking to? I could have swore that was the judge, right? Because he was in court. That's who they called him in for.
So where does this leave me now? Not only am I being charged with a bunch of mystery crimes in American Fork, Utah, but I'm also being charged with a second-degree felony up to 15 years in jail in Provo, Utah. And now that they have written proof that I'm committing all of these insane crimes against them, I mean, obviously Bricks and Minifigs just made up everything, but that's not—
All right, something had to have happened that allowed him to start talking again. So this has to go in his favor at some point, I'd imagine, right?
not how the court sees it. The court thinks that these are real. And for whatever reason, the court wouldn't let me share my side. They only heard Bricks and Minifigs' side.
Ben's side was not in the room, was not heard. The court signed an order erasing his published work on the strength of the company's verified complaint and the company's motion, with no one there to say a word against it.
Yeah, the judge granted a temporary restraining order, preventing me from even talking about Bricks and Minifigs, which sucks because this was the night I hit 1 million subscribers, and all my friends threw a giant surprise party for me.
Damn, he got a girl in a bikini. Good for him.
Yeah, Bricks and Minifigs gets to just keep spreading their lies about me, and I just have to sit in silence, and there's nothing I can do to stop them. It's crazy to think about how much public support I was getting.
$200,000 Lego dispute that's turning into one of the craziest legal cases and an internet crusade that is just exploding.
A $200,000 Lego collection. This $200,000 Lego scandal is literally one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
I think this might be the best video that I've seen. This is one of the crazier stories I think I've ever covered.
Run by Mormons. Legos. Reckless Ben.
Reckless Ben.
It really seemed like the entire—
One of these days, I'm gonna get in one of these damn videos. You'll see. You'll all see. I'll be in there. Anyway.
The entire internet was uniting to stand up to this bully of a company.
Bricks and Minifigs can stuff it.
Brick by brick.
Brick by brick. Brick by brick. Brick by brick.
It really did seem like we were right about to get the Legos back. But I was wrong. Now the court has silenced me. And it looks like all the work I put into this was just for nothing. However, people were pretty upset that I was silenced and decided to protest.
Brick by brick.
It sucks that I'm not even allowed to be a part of this movement anymore.
Brick by brick. Brick by brick.
Or maybe I can be here. I just have to be in disguise so no one recognizes me.
No.
All right, I'm here with, what was your name?
I'm Jerome. Just here to support
Jerome.
Just the American Fork
Justice for Heroin Kid.
local. Just here to support.
Here with Jerome.
I spent the rest of the day protesting for the cause, and not a single person here recognized who I actually am. And maybe the protesting worked, because after a full month of remaining silent, I finally have an announcement.
Well, it looks like I don't need this disguise anymore, because I have my freedom of speech back, baby. I can say whatever I want. I can say Bricks and Minifigs sucks. I can say Bricks and Minifigs social old people. And look, I just said it. I'm not in jail, which is sick. We got our First Amendment rights back. Yeah.
And now that I have my freedom of speech back, everyone is wondering how Bricks and Minifigs can make up for the fact that they
Ben, why are you so high in the sky right now? Can I ask that question?
Made up all these lies about me to take away my freedom of speech. Most legal experts are saying I could easily win millions of dollars from Bricks and Minifigs, but instead, I have a better solution.
If they want to apologize, they can say that they're sorry by doing the chicken dance. And I will take that as a sincere form of apology. And once they do the chicken dance, then I will know that Bricks and Minifigs is sorry, and we can finally move on to the next video series, and it'll be awesome. So you guys might be thinking, why do you want them to do the chicken dance? And there's actually a reason. So this entire time, Bricks and Minifigs always says the right thing, but then their actions don't match their words at all. So I was thinking, well, if they get given an apology, they might say the right things, you know, but they're not actually gonna mean it. So by doing the chicken dance, I'm gonna basically just be giving them another opportunity to do the right thing, not just with their words, but with their actions. And once they decide to do the right thing, then I'll move on to the next video series and never talk about Bricks and Minifigs again. And also make sure to check us out at www.westealfromoldpeople.com, because right now we have 2 new Lego sets for sale that you can buy right now. One of Joshua Johnson and one of Amond Mcneff.
Nice.
And we're only making 500 of each, and once all 500 of each sell out, we're never making any more. And
those are going to sell really quickly. Those are going to sell like super fast. I'm not going to buy one, but those, honestly, if you wanted to buy one of these, you're better off trying to go and get it right now, because the minute that this goes public, you ain't going to be able to get one.
you gotta buy them now, because someday they're gonna sell for like $1 million or something. They're gonna be collectibles. It's gonna be sick. Also subscribe to Patreon. You'll get tons of behind the scenes, tons of extra footage, full interviews. Also, part 4 is coming soon. If you subscribe to Patreon, you'll be the first to watch it. And also subscribe to part 5, subscribe to part 6, part 7, all the way to part 100. We're doing 100 parts. My lawyer said if Bricks and Minifigs sues me, which they've still not dropped their lawsuit, then it'll be at least 2 years and 52 weeks a year. That's 104 parts at least. So come back all the way till 100.
Well, that was that. You guys got to see it before most, at least you guys are the 19,000 people to see this video. You got to see it before the public did, thanks to Blue Jay.